Alright, so this is my Freewing Mirage 2000 that I just totaled on Maiden. It's totaled because the nose is crunched to the point where I can't repair it in multiple locations. Ordinarily, I would just buy a new fuselage. That's not an issue, and just put a new fuselage on it. The wing is fine. I put it down in some bushes. But it's totaled because Freewing or Motion RC does not offer this fuselage as a replacement anymore. It's not even on their site at all. It's just gone. So I'm assuming it's sold out and probably been discontinued. What happened, what caused this, is I took off, and right after I took off, pulled the gear up, motor cut out, and then the motor came back on. I had absolutely no power whatsoever, even though I was at full throttle, and the thing just mushed into the ground. Turns out what happened, so at first I thought it was a loss of signal, and then I thought the signal came back, and then I thought maybe something went wrong with the fan. Maybe I had a fan come loose, like the fan came loose from the mount, because I've heard of that happening before. But I didn't hear the motor spin up, because if that had happened, the motor would have lost resistance from the fan and it would have spun up. Nothing like that. I just mushed into the ground. So got into my radio to figure out what happened, and I noticed this. There are two gear channels. This was not like this when I took off. When I lower my gear, they both actuate in opposite directions. Aux 5, my fifth channel here, is my thrust reverse channel. I'm not certain why my radio did this. It's a Spectrum IX14, but it swapped channel 5, which was aux 5, to a gear channel, and attached my thrust reverse channel to my gear switch. So right after I took off, I pulled my landing gear up, and it caused the thrust reverse to engage. Noticed an immediate loss of power, so of course I went full throttle, which just went full throttle in reverse, and the thing had a thrust reverse in flight and mushed into the ground. I'm not certain if this is an issue with the airwear program. I'm wondering if it is, because I used an aircraft template for this, which was a Elevon B with a normal tail. And when I go into, that's under model setup. When I go into, sorry, I might have forgotten where this is. I want servo setup. Here we go. When I go into servo setup here, aux 5 is showing as a gear channel. They're both showing as gear channels instead of one of these being an aux 5 or aux 6. So I'm not entirely certain what caused this or why my radio did this. When I was bench testing the airplane, it didn't do this, and aux 5 was showing aux 5, and channel 6 was showing gear. So I don't know if this is a firmware issue or a program issue. I don't think it's anything wrong with the radio, but yeah, it's a $360 airplane. I mean, happily I got it back, and it didn't wind up somewhere where I couldn't get it. And the rest of the electronics are fine. I can salvage everything. The only real damage is the fuselage, but again, since this is no longer offered, it's a totaled plane. So it's either pull the electronics out and buy something else, or buy a new Mirage and do a better job pre-flighting. For any of you guys that are getting the SR-71 Blackbird, I have one. I bought this as a trainer to get ready to fly the Blackbird, get some Delta experience in, and also get a little bit of experience with programming a Delta. This is the first Delta I've ever owned. So keep a close eye on that. Bench test your thrust reverse. Make sure it doesn't attach itself to your gear channel, because $360 airplane isn't that big a deal, but a $750 airplane would really suck. Although you can still get the fuselage for that Blackbird. Yeah, kind of a lousy day at the flying field, but hey, you know, silver cloud and all that, or a silver lining to the cloud and all that. If this is going to happen, I'm really happy that it happened on this Mirage and not my SR-71. So I guess I know what to expect for that. Always, 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 always check your thrust direction when you pull up your gear. All right. Hope you guys have a better day than I did.